This is the plaintiff, Mary Lee Torres. She says the defendant watched her dog while she went on vacation, and when she returned, her dog was gone. The defendant claims someone broke in and stole the dog. She doesn't believe a word she says and thinks she sold the dog to get money for rent. She's heartbroken. Her Romeo is gone. She had him for 5 years and is suing this miserable human being for every penny of the $1,200 it cost her to buy the dog. This is the defendant, Brenda Luna. She says the plaintiff is like family to her, so she offered to babysit the dog. When she came home from work one day, Romeo was nowhere to be found, so she notified the cops. Nothing else was touched in the house. The only thing missing was the plaintiff's dog, and she smells a rat. That's right. She thinks the plaintiff set this whole thing up and is trying to scam her out of money. She's accused of being a dastardly dog sitter.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Marieli Torres, you are suing Brenda Luna for $1,200 a cost that, according to you, you paid for a dog that you left in Brenda's care and is missing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
On May 17th, I was leaving to Puerto Rico and I was looking for somebody to dog sit for me. A week before my vacation, I spoke to the defendant and he offered to watch my dog. I went to his house. I noticed that he had another dog and I asked him how long he had that dog for. He said 6 years. I asked him if he takes the dog out, to use the bathroom because it was like poop and everything all over the floor. So I'm like, my dog needs to be taken out to use the bathroom. He said, no, I don't take my dogs out anywhere because in case they run away. So I was like, okay.
So how did the dogs do their business? On pads?
In the back room that he has on the floor.
Okay. How long had you known each other before that?
He's related to my cousin. So we basically grew up together.
Okay, so you've known each other all
Yes.
your... Okay.
A day before I left to Puerto Rico, I took my dog to his house. It was like 11 o'clock at night. Nobody knew that he had my dog. On a Monday that I was in Puerto Rico, I believe it was the 22nd, he called me and told me that somebody had broken into his house and that he had to call the cops, but they took the dog the day before on a Sunday. I'm like, okay, where's the police report? I want the police report. He said, I have it in the drawer. I will send you a picture of it as soon as I get to it.
So on your vacation,
yes.
Brenda calls you and tells you about this?
Yes. Before I dropped the dog off, he was saying how he needed money for his rent. So everything didn't add up how he's saying that they broke into his house.
What are you saying? You think the defendant sold your dog?
I think he sold my
Your
dog.
dog was what, a Shih Tzu?
A Shih Tzu.
And how old was your dog?
5. I've had the dog for 5 years.
What's going on?
She asked me to babysit her dog. She asked me where I work. I told her I work from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock. I do have another dog since she was the baby. I took out my dog outside. Yes, I do. But when I'm not there, she has to do her things in my house because I'm at work. She brought me the dog. She asked me to babysit her dog. I told her I can do that. But remember, I work from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So when I went to work on the 22nd, I came back home. The dog wasn't in my house.
But who took the dog?
I don't know. I tested.
Who has keys to your house?
Nobody else but me.
Well, the dog didn't disappear into thin air.
Exactly.
So what happened?
When I text her and I told her, call me.
Wait, before you text her, what is your reaction when you get to the apartment and the dog is missing?
My reaction, I was nervous.
Is this an apartment or a house?
It's an apartment.
Right.
It was.
So you were nervous, and then what did you do?
I called my sister and I told her something is wrong in here. The dog that she left me to babysit is not in here. My own sister told me, you are in trouble now.
Okay.
Because she do a lot of things.
What? Who does a lot of things?
Her.
I don't know what that
Scamming.
means.
She
What?
likes to scam people.
She
and
likes to
everything.
scam people?
Yes.
I don't understand what you're saying. What are you saying?
She likes to do things like that.
Like what?
Scamming other people to...
You lost her dog. What is she scamming you? She's scamming you. She's upset because you had a dog. You said you'd take care of the dog, and the dog is missing while in your care. She's scamming you? I'm worried you're scamming her, that you sold the dog.
How I'm gonna sell the dog?
I don't know how you're going to sell the dog. Let's assume you didn't sell the dog. So now tell me what happened to the dog and what did you do to try to find the dog?
I didn't do anything to the dog. When I came home, the dog wasn't in my house.
So what did you do?
I was looking for the dog.
Where?
All over my house. I opened the doors. I called the cops. The cops
Are you on
came.
a first floor apartment?
Yes. I called the cops. The cops came to my house.
Did you call the cops the same day?
Yes, the same day. They came to my house and they searched. I'm like, how did the dog disappear from here? Did you let the door open before you went to work? I told him, no, I took him out in the morning.
Was there a window open?
The screen of the door in the back was trying to pull out. And the window has mark of fingerprints that they're trying to open the window.
So you really, truly do believe that someone broke into your house just to take that Shih Tzu and nothing else? Your TVs weren't missing?
No
Nobody
TV
knew
was
he had a
missing.
Shih
I
Tzu.
had two
Just a sec.
plasma. I had computers.
And they didn't take a
and
single
they
other
didn't
thing
took
other than the
nothing
dog.
out of my house but the Shih Tzu. And then my dog was dead.
But she was in Puerto Rico, so what is your theory here? And she asked you to take care of the dog. So what would be your theory here? That you keep saying she's a scammer, she stole her own dog. You know she was in Puerto Rico. Why are you saying that?
Yeah, but her family did this to me before.
Like what?
Her
What
aunt.
are you
Her aunt
referring to?
accused me of stealing property from her car that she let me borrow. And then when I went to my house, she parked the car in front of the house. She called the cops and told the cops that I stole her car with money in the back. That's what her aunt did.
Lie.
Did you know that?
That's a lie.
She
No,
knows.
but did you know that she
anything.
said that? Did you know that that is something that the defendant claims to be true
No.
before you leave a dog in the defendant's care?
No.
How
I'm thinking either he
Do you
sold
have
the
any proof
dog
you paid
or-
$1,200 for the dog?
Yes.
What do you think happened here?
I think either he sold my dog for money for rent or
Or he lost your dog.
somebody in his family got my dog because none of his sisters or his mom work. What they do is they make dogs. They make dogs to sell them.
They're breeders?
Yes.
Oh my God, your dog is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Now I understand why you're worried somebody stole the dog. Well, look, I don't care whether, you sold this dog or somebody else stole it or whatever else. You were supposed to take care of the dog and then the dog is gone. I mean...
Yeah, but what she wanted me to do, to lose my job, not go to work and put my eyes on the dog? When I have
No,
rent
maybe
to
just
pay.
make sure that the dog is secure.
But the dog was.
There's no signs of forced entry on your apartment, are there?
They don't know when
Right.
they think.
Exactly. There's no signs of forced entry. So what happened to the dog? Exactly. And you're the person who has to know what happened to the dog because you're supposed to be taking care of the
Exactly.
dog.
So that's why I don't know how she know they came in through my window.
What do you mean?
She said, how the heck they gonna come in through your window and steal your dog?
Right.
I
And
did not know how they came in through, and she knew how they came in through.
if your purchase price on the dog was $749 when the dog was brand new and adorable, how is it that you're suing for $1,200?
For the shots and everything.
No, that's not how it works. Plus, your dog was how old?
I mean, I paid a total of $1,000 with the tax and everything, the
Well,
registration.
I
and all
asked
that.
you for proof of what you paid, and
Yeah.
you gave me something that only shows that what you paid was $749 total. So where's the other money that you're suing for?
The stuff that he had. I know I ain't bring no proof.
I mean, it's as much as we adore our dogs, and let me say that this dog is adorable. Did you have a chip on the dog? Why don't people do that?
I mean, I trusted him. He
Never
had his
mind
own
that.
dog
I
for
just
like
mean a
6
chip in
years.
your dog in case your dog gets lost, period. They implant the chip when the dog goes to the vet the first time, and then that's it. Then you never have to suffer what you're suffering,
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, the defendant's dog wasn't stolen, only the plaintiff's dog. Is that a little shady?
It's a little bit shady, yeah. Why would it just take one instead of two?
What do you say?
Absolutely, very shady. I don't buy it.
Does it make sense they would cherry pick one dog if they're going to break in and take a dog?
I think the whole situation doesn't make any sense. Stealing dogs, who's watching these dogs? Who's the owner of the dogs? The whole thing is just crazy.
Actually, that's true. Who is watching the dogs if dogs get stolen? Go inside the courtroom.
As much as we adore our dogs and we feel like they're family and human or whatever, what they are considered in the eyes of the law is property. I am ruling in your favor that at a minimum, the defendant didn't take care of your property the way the defendant said that the defendant would take care of your property. So now the hard part is for me to decide what your damages are, because I've got a purchase price that you're showing me of $749, and I know that nothing that I do here is going to replace, you know, your dog.
You're right.
But I've got to try to figure out something that is appropriate given the circumstances. Have you ever heard anything that the defendant may have said after all this happened, like to?
No, I would text him and call him, and he would ignore all my calls and texts. I
Out of
would ask his
curiosity,
sister.
Some people might have waited for her vacation to be over to say anything. Why did you say something?
I call her, I text her, and I call her.
They called me
And
the day after it
she
happened.
said me,
You know, you don't sound like somebody who feels bad that this happened.
I feel bad because I got my
Do you?
dog.
Because I'm not seeing that. I'm not getting that vibe from you.
I feel bad because it happened. I did a favor for her.
Really?
And she asked
Really?
me.
You got her dog is missing. You did a favor for her?
She asked me to do a favor because she didn't give me anything at all. She asked me for a favor, and I told her, remember, I work from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, how come your dog's not missing? What kind of dog did you have?
Mine is a Chihuahua.
Oh,
I think I
Chihuahua.
have a picture of his. No.
That's a Chihuahua? Looks like a Pomeranian.
That's
don't know.
a Pomeranian, man. My dog is not like that.
That's not
Mine's
your
a
dog?
Chihuahua.
His dog is similar to that dog.
No, this is way
It's
cuter
little
than a
hairy.
Chihuahua. All right. Okay. I am. I feel so bad doing this, but I have to depreciate the dog, because the value, the damages are the value of the item at the time of the loss. So I have to look at the dog and say, okay, what would she have if she wanted to go on the open market and sell the dog? What would somebody pay? And I'm going to order the defendant to pay you $500. That's my judgment.
Well, this was a tough case for all dog lovers to grasp, I think. Ms. Luna, I think the judge didn't feel you showed much sympathy on your part for having lost the dog. What do you feel?
I feel bad that she left it in my hand, and I did a favor for her. That's what I did, and that's how she want to repay.
But sorry, the door's that way. You really don't seem very sad at all. And I know it's hard to have the judge tell you the dog was only worth $500. You know, that hurts. But what do you have to say?
It was like a family dog.
All right, come on. Every dog lover totally understands. And the judge explained to you very clearly why she had to do that.
Yeah.
So what do you feel? How do you feel?
I'm mad. I'm upset.
I'm so sorry for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, it is unfair, I think, that dogs are considered property, and that really limits the kind of damages you can get. But that is, unfortunately, the law. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.